Excuse the wind noise, ladies and gentlebeans. Guess where we are today? Not down Roman Beach. We're actually at the Roman Villa, celebrating its 100-year anniversary of excavation. So we're going to go lend a hand with the Roman Villa people. I say we, I mean me and Holly. Holly Bobs. Gonna lend a hand and video it for your enjoyment. This isn't about metal objects, this is about things that aren't metal in the ground, which you should also keep an eye out for when you're out on the fields metal detecting. But yeah, this is going to be an enjoyable video, I think. This video is actually taken over like 4 different days, I think. 4 different days, so hence different attire, different what we're wearing. And weather. Yeah, weather permitting. At the moment it's bloody scorcher, it is. It's a warm one, as you can tell. Very, very, come this way, very British weather at the moment.
This bloke's got it right, his pants in it.
Bloke in his pants. Oh, there's a man in his pants, but I won't film that. But anyway, let's go down and have a little look. All the Arkies are in the shade. So we're actually at the Roman Villa part here now, and some other things have been uncovered since I was last here. There's see these pile of stones here, all mismatch of stones, but they're quite large, and they've actually identified that as a drainage. And it's still uncertain whether the drainage was for the actual villa or was it here before the villa was, because this has obviously been a historic site for many, many years. And there's also another, see the 2 little troughs here? That's another drainage. It almost joins up, but they're not quite sure. It's trying to put a massive jigsaw puzzle together, blindfolded pretty much. This is what I love about the history of like Roman villas and stuff, because this is like the 100th anniversary year of this being excavated, and they gradually took bits apart all the way back from there, done a dig here, trying to get the whole bigger picture together. So it is almost like a massive jigsaw puzzle, and with all the data and stuff they've recorded, it then makes the bigger picture, and they can actually see the full extent of what was here before it disappears through natural erosion and other things, shall we say. But yeah, I'll switch camera around now so you can get a closer look at the different things that have been found. So you can see there is the actual drain. If I go down here, you can see it follow up. Ooh. So there's the drain bit. Keep walking, you can see it following up there. And they dig little test bits to make sure it's still running through, which you can see, perfect little channel there where it used to run through. And it goes all the way up to here. And they'll say there's another drainage ditch, which has been recorded through previous digs, which they're not sure if it runs exactly parallel, but it's just behind those toilets there. So it makes I don't know, I get excited over stuff like this. Not many or very little artifacts of metal have been found, but it's not about that, it's about the pottery, you know, the day-to-day life of this, the people who used to live in this absolute massive villa. I mean, just look at the stonework, absolutely preserved for almost 2,000 years. There has been many bones been found. And Holly's certainly enjoying her job she's been given. What's your job you've been given, Holes?
Bone and pottery cleaning.
Bone and pottery cleaning.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Got a hole going all the way through.
Oh, it's actually a man-made hole.
Yeah, it looks like a handle and something could have possibly gone in there. Don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Got teethies.
TVs.
That one's also got a hole in it.
Yeah.
Ah,
Strange, right?
that is strange. You know what that is, don't you?
Oh, clay pipe.
There we go. You got your personal fan on.
Yeah, my biggest fan. I've got my tough brush. I've now got the shade.
Yes, because it is a warm
I've
day
got 2 beverages.
and you're good.
Yeah. Ooh, big tooth.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's my virgin part of excavating properly on an archaeological site, and yeah, I've already found the first bit of Roman pottery. Tell you what, it's very therapeutic, this, and I completely understand why you guys even just volunteer for this. It's amazing, it really is. But anyway, my job is to dig down probably about half a foot down there, just around this way. Have moistened the ground a bit to make it a bit more pliable and easier to work. But it is almost a cup of tea break. I've just been digging my little bit where I found that little shard of pottery, and literally, what's that? 3 meters away?
Yeah, about that.
Come across this. Look at the size of that. That would have been an absolute look at the size of it. Huge. Used for carrying small children in.
In comparison.
In comparison, yeah. And even that's bigger than the bit I found. Oh wow, that's so impressive. So ladies and gentlemen, just to justify what I'm doing, I'm just digging a random hole. Trying to see there's like a chalky feature coming down here, and it all runs into this hole. You see all the little chalky bits? So I'm trying to just scrape away and trying to find if there's anything there, to be fair. Try not to get in the swimming pool as well. I have a lot of respect for archaeologists now. A lot more respect. So, not as easy as it looks, put it that way.
So what's the difference then, Lucas? What can you see that's different?
What can I see that's different? There's more happening here. It's like all busy. You've got like white burnt bits of whatever could be, that bit of ironstone. Yeah, it's a lot more busier rather than just plain dirt.
Okay, so you're digging a feature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely looks like a feature.
So you've been able to define that feature by the change of colour slightly.
Yeah.
Very tenuous it is, but it's there.
Millimetre by millimetre, but
Good lad.
what's that? Is that a bit of pottery? Yes, it's got a rim on it there, look. Lovely little rim. Yeah. Oh, it's got some markings on it there as well, look. Hey, bit of Roman pottery. Goes in a fines tray. Everything else. One thing about this I have learned is not to be too, conscious about cleaning stuff. You need to just leave it in situ. But yeah, definitely a bit of pottery. Not too sure how well it's coming out on camera, but I'll zoom in for you. See this lovely crescent shaped ditch here. Well, as I zoom out, you can see it actually follows the way through. And this is pre-Roman, is it?
The little one is Roman, I believe.
The little one is Roman, but the big one?
Potentially Iron Age.
Potentially Iron Age. You can see the ditch channels through, continue in that direction. But you can tell the ditches, I've just been informed by the obviously different colours of the soil compacting, and see any different features that pop out. It's mainly different shades of grey. So yeah, 50 Shades of Grey is all about archaeology. You gotta love a cool t-shirt. I mean, I'll show you mine in a second, you haven't already seen it, but look at that. Historians are cool, but archaeologists really dig history. Hey! And he's just digging out some lovely little kernstones there as well, looks things. Awesome, man, awesome.
Some animal bones down that pit there.
Oh, some animal modes. Oh, you can see some there, that's hanging out the wall here.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, that's what we like to see. We don't like to see, poor animal, but so many bones.
Vertebrae.
Oh yeah, loads of bones. So from what we can see, obviously they had a nice high meat diet. Look at all these bones lying around. Yeah, awesome. Absolute table of finds. Loads of bones. Oh, you've done a really good job of cleaning them bones.
Should hope so. I've got the sweat to pay for it.
Poor old Holly, look at your shoulders.
Hang on, my love. Hang on.
You should go on Boudica style and use mud. Well, when we first started, she was happily in the shade for the first sort of hour and a half, but it slowly retreated, eh?
Yeah, but I haven't even noticed it. to be
You've not
honest.
even noticed. Look at all that pottery.
So much of it.
It's awesome, isn't it?
I'm still fascinated by those bones that we cleaned up earlier. Like the little carved bits in the top.
Yeah.
Holes.
You've done a really good job. I think you found your calling.
Cleaning.
Cleaning bones.
Where I belong.
Where you belong. This is how precise it's using satellite to actually data point that specific point on the whole villa, which is awesome. And you can see how small the actual different points is going. So archaeology has come a long way from just having a paintbrush and a trowel.
I have to remind myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we chose that one.
You can see the actual building work is still better than what we have built for some new houses today.
You donated my detector full time, have you?
No.
Correct answer. Oh, look at the big crows.
Right, anyway, forget about what Holly said about big crows. I was just looking at this, it's room 50. And I've just spoken to a gentleman who also said there's possibly 80 rooms in this one villa alone. 80 rooms. What blows my mind is I wonder how much council tax they paid for that. It must be crazy.
It looks like a village people pole dance is about to happen.
A village people pole dance. Leave the poor gentleman alone. But yeah, you can see all the rooms are numbered, and this is from one of the first. I can count. I'm good with numbers. It's the reading I have a problem with. But yeah, can you imagine the actual colossal size of this back in the time? And each room had its purpose.
My favourite was still the one with the mosaic floor with all the hearts.
Okay, I'm going to put you to the test. Do you know where that was situated? Where we are now? See if you can remember.
That way?
Oh, well done. It was that way.
It was closer towards the toilets.
It was indeed. The mosaic is actually underneath them spoils. Yeah, it's where the crows are.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
there we go. We've got an actual
That's the plan.
diagram of the actual plan of all the rooms.
That's the mosaic room 40.
Yep.
Okay, but we're up here at 50. That's where Andy's working now.
Yep.
49 is thought to be a stair passage. That's that one there.
Well, that's that one. That's narrow one. Yep.
Yeah. And 47's this one.
Yeah.
And 48.
48.
That one?
Is that 48 of that way?
Yeah, 48.
48.
48 is
Yeah.
a broad corridor.
A broad corridor. So you can see this is all coming to life beneath your very feet from near 2,000 years ago. Oh, I love it.
So I was slightly over with 50 rooms. It's only 53.
53.
53 rooms.
53 rooms.
Yeah, that one there.
There you go. It's 53 rooms. Oh, what's that? Is
So
that?
I could do that job. I can sit and paint
Oh,
Bronze
Bloody-
Age places.
We paid an arm and a leg for that.
your roundhouses. This is. See, that's going to be.
That's
That mound's
what
there.
will be here before the villa's here.
That's what would have been here before the villa was here.
Yep.
All the roundhouses, huts, and the
Yeah.
way they would have lived. And if you look to where we are now, that's the mound there. So we could be literally stood in a roundhouse looking at that right now.
There's certainly just behind Andy. There was one we had before the drip gully for one more. It's in that overgrown patch there. There was one there.
Oh, cool.
How much of the cliff has dropped, do you think, since the
I think we
villa?
might have lost half the site. It's a big site. I think could be an awful lot lost.
So
I mean, we
half-
don't know is the answer.
Yeah, but a lot.
but a lot, I think, the fact we're getting stuff on the beach,
Yeah, true.
archaeological remains on the beach, and they're quite clearly starting up here. I hope as an artist, I hope you'll be impressed with this little drawing. Because
Absolutely.
the blokes who did it only put 2 houses in, that wasn't enough, so I cutted and pasted some others.
Honestly,
Brilliant.
Top job.
Brilliant.
Top job.
I did that fuzzy.
This is just a,
Oh, yeah.
if you ever do come down the Warren Beach and do find anything of artificial, anything of old historical remnants, please get it recorded by the flow. And if you're not too sure, please just get it checked out, because that could be a little part of the bigger picture. So if you are down there rummaging for rock pools, for history, if you do come across anything that you're not sure of, please get it checked out by your local finds officer. Yeah, you don't want to lose the history. We've already lost most of it into the sea, so any bits we can keep going will be amazing. Those little things paint the bigger picture.
I like painting.
Cool. Jet. That's all right, crack on. You can talk over the top, it's fine.
It's really light if you feel like.
That's really light as well.
Yeah, these two.
These two here, I've been told there's a very interesting rock amongst these. And I went straight to this thinking that's the Roman concrete which they used for the wet rooms and stuff. And that is also very light. But it's actually this one, my eyes completely glazed over it. Oh, that is a lot lighter in hand than it looks. Almost similar material, to be fair. But that's purposely been cut with this little L shape and the curve around it. What could have that been from? Obviously, it's from the villa, but what was it from? Questions below, or comments if you think. Well, here we see the professionals doing what they do best. With a, was that a spoon?
And this is spoon.
It is a spoon. Sometimes the strangest tools work out the best, hey. It's better than my big digger anyway. The one I was using previously, my dagger. And that's what they're doing now, they're extracting literally millimetre by millimetre of topsoil, and any finds they find, they get put in this little finds tray here, and the little things like even the bones, tiny bits of pot. Oh, that's a nice one. Got little holes in it. Is that just part of decoration? Yeah. But yeah, you can see all the little stuff they find. They have to put in these little trays to record exactly the place where they come out.
Yeah.
So the main thing you're looking for there is either change of soil texture,
Yeah.
50 shades of grey and all that.
So
Oh, get my shadow out of it.
it's a sort of darker there.
Yep.
It's a little bit lighter there.
Yeah, I can see it
Bit
comes
more
out really
cream.
well on camera actually.
Yeah. That's what we're looking for.
And that's a big bone you'll go around there as well.
Yeah. There's bones in
Another bone. Oh, there's another bone there. Zoom in
there,
there.
there.
Oh, there's lots of bones. It always surprises me, and I'm sure I've said this so many times in this video, is how many bones come up from there.
Yeah.
I mean, I sometimes find them washed up on the beach, and I just put them down to modern sort of butchery or whatever.
You see, when you're down on the beach, you see them like grey, silty lines
Yep,
so you've got the sand,
yep,
and you've got that black stuff where you do your sluicing in.
yep.
Okay, but in amongst there, a bit further out, you'll find like a little line of sticky brown, sticky grey clay.
Yep.
If you look in there, you'll find little bits of bone and little bits of pot. And what that is, that's the bottom of a ditch.
That's all the way
Still
out
out on the beach.
Still out on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're going down there in a minute, so I'm going to keep my eyes open for that. Definitely. Yeah, thank you very much.
No, it's alright.
Just got another finds tray from a couple of guys doing stuff, and there's something that's not a bone. It's a tusk. Tusk of a pig or a wild boar. Could have been a pet, or most likely the amount of bones. It was probably food. That's pretty cool. What's your names again, sir?
George.
George. Met with George, and he's a man of knowledge. he's talking me through it.
Don't know about that.
He first pointed me out to this here, which is Iron Age pottery, and you can see by the crude lines there, it's a lot thicker than the Roman stuff.
Yeah, it's yeah, the quality is definitely, it's still pretty good. I mean, if you imagine the original size
Yeah,
that pot would have been, I mean, that's the edge of it there. We're talking probably like a,
yeah. Look at it's
quite a
hard.
large vessel. If you try and follow the curvature,
Contours of it would have been.
it would have been large.
Well, I'm trying to say it would have been a lot larger than that bucket.
Yeah, no, it would have been big.
Yeah,
But what we're seeing is really we're just seeing the refuse that's left behind. You know, I mean, the the reason why loads of this stuff is mottled in is a bit like with any sort of modern ditch or pit or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just old rubbish. It's just getting thrown in with it, basically. So we're getting bits of animal they're probably eating. You know, the pottery is probably just old bits they've just got lying around, broken. They're just throwing
Broken
in.
apart rather than repair it,
Yeah.
and just
So even though we have these large stones in here, which I believe might be wrong, are
Yeah.
left over from processing the quernstones and things.
yeah,
Eventually, once that sort of station becomes, you know, they stop using it, they're just throwing the old stuff in there as well as all their old, you know, rubbish. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a lived-in landscape.
yeah,
So you've got occupation that's probably here for, you know, we're talking hundreds of years. It takes a long time, imagine, for a depression this large to naturally just fill up with stuff. I mean, we're talking maybe 50 years to a century or longer, really.
Yeah.
So,
and this is all predating Roman times as well, because obviously the Roman villas, we're talking
yeah,
obviously the newer civilization on top of
yeah.
the Iron Age. And I think
It's intermixed.
was there even Bronze Age stuff was found here as well, so it even goes back to the Bronze Age. So it's,
I mean, there was always. I mean, I think that people often think that in the Roman period, these people just start living in new places if they suddenly found us or whatever. But in reality, I mean, the people that were living here, it wasn't as if there was just a massive influx of a Roman population. You know, the Romano-British people were just Iron Age people now living under, you know, with new technology introduced from their sort of ruling classes.
from ruling from over the seas behind you.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the people who have been living here still would have been living in a similar landscape, so they would have stayed in the same places. So it's very common across sites. Not like, well, I mean, I like this, but across loads of them across the UK, you'll find occupation on all of those areas. You know, in the same way that, you know, towns, people just keep living in them.
And that's why you see the building blocks of the villa, some of them are actually kernstones from the factories and
Yeah.
the previous people here before. So they actually just settled because they've realised it's obviously a great place to settle.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the landscape yourself. Great place to settle. Why try and build something from scratch, from chopping down like loads of woodlands up here and try and settle in there when this is obviously already
Yeah,
habited by
yeah.
the tribes beforehand.
It's just reuse. I mean, you know, the villa itself, I don't know the exact formation, but I can imagine once that falls out of use as a residential home, it becomes someone's farm. They start using the building for probably, you know, so there's probably layers in there which contain loads of animal products, and they probably just started putting things in there. People use them for different purposes. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, it's a landscape in which they're consistently having to reuse and recycle.
Yeah.
Because things are of a greater value because they're, you know, they're not just as ubiquitous as today. So
Spot on. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you for your time.
absolutely, of course. Well,
That's the end of part one of the Roman Villa. I'm off down the Warren now to do a bit of a searching in rock pools, meet up with Holly and my son. Just to let you know, they're having an open day on the 10th of August. The 10th of August are having an open day, so if you have found stuff down the Warren, or if you found something down on Roman Beach and down in Folkestone, feel free to pop along and get it checked out. It could be of a historical remnants, or it could be modern junk, but you never know. They'll have professionals there to let you know. Right. If you like this sort of thing, don't get me a little comment below. Let me know what you like about it. Or you want to see more of these videos, let me know. I enjoy doing these videos. I know it's not metal detecting. My channel is mainly metal detecting and / beak combing videos, but I love helping out and finding history. I'm learning more. Every time I go into these places, I'm expanding my own knowledge of these stuff, and I love it. I love finding out history, and when I'm out in the fields, I tend to look a bit more as well for certain key points, which I learned from doing these archaeological digs. Yeah, you tend to know where the hot spots are then, or points of interest. But if you like this sort of thing, don't give me a thumbs up, hit the right button, and see you all on part two. Hopefully the weather's a little bit cooler. Off a trot.